Good morning and welcome back to No Man's Land. I'm Pekamika. Welcome. So, today, January, Happy New Year, and I am selling silage. Now, I have set up an auto course or auto drive course for this that I'm trying out. I have two tractors, two trailers kind of things. Well, one trailer and one forage wagon. So I am not driving this at the moment. It's a worker. So I set it up that they're going to be doing this delivery kind of stuff for me as we are discussing some other stuff. Since I have the weight limit on, the forage wagon can only take about 10,000, I think it is. Oh, 15,000 liters, 67%. Because that's the max weight that the forage wagon can handle. Which means, of course, it's going to be a lot more trips. Now, when I started today, the amount of silage I have was 761,694 liters to be sold. The current price is 190 euros per 1,000 liters. So I stand to make about $177,000 in sales. Was it 177? Something along those lines. If the prices doesn't change. But as you can see, I pull in about 3,000, $2,500, $3,000 or euros per trip. So it's going to be a lot of trips. And I think I need to adjust that a little bit. Let's switch to this one and sort this out over here. You can only do it when you're on the tractor. So, should be okay. Anywho, we are going to be spending some time over here because precision farming has been released and I have some idea on what to do. So let's check it out, shall we? Okay. This is a new tab or new what do you call it? New icon on the map. As you can see here on No Man's Land, it doesn't really go by the fields. It goes by these things here. The information, which let's start from the beginning. The information seen when you click on something you own like this is all the expenses and possible income that you made on that field so far. Like I've been fertilizing these two fields, which is wrong. I get to that later. And I spend this amount of money on this side, and I spend only this amount of money on this side, which is this part up here. Now, since the game recognized them as these as fields and not these as fields, I think I would remake this one, possibly make it slightly wider and go all the way up here and down here. So this is one field in the center here, and then this one probably do the same, shorten it on this side, get rid of all these trees here and make this kind of like this kind of a field, if I can get away with it with the stuff that I have here. I'll figure that out. And now in January it's a good time because I will not be doing any planting until April. I will do the sorghum. So I have a few months to sort out my fields, which is great. However, there are a few things to keep in mind as well, but we'll get to that later. So this is interesting. I have not done any soil sampling. You can purchase soil information. It's going to cost me this much money because they need 13 samples of the fields here. Soil samples here, it's going to cost 9,000 because it's more samples needed. And down here, about the same. Now, the benefit of purchasing soil samples is you get the results right away. The drawbacks is it costs more than it has to be. I think. I mean, yes, granted, I need to buy the machine, costs 17,000 if I'm going to do my own soil sampling, and then each soil sample itself costs $100 to get analyzed. But the thing is, once you own the machine, you own the machine. This is a one-off cost, especially if you're going to like expand your fields and you have to redo it every now and then, because there is some situation here, outdated data. So at some point you will have to take a new soil sample. Is it cheaper then to just do pay someone to do it, or is it cheaper to do it yourself? Like if I'm going to pay someone to do this here and purchase the soil sample, it's going to cost me 9,000 for 35. But if I do it myself after I purchase the soil sampler, it's going to cost me 3,500 every time I do it. So it's like almost like 40% or something along those lines. Well, more than, yeah. So it's a lower cost to do it by yourself. So I think I will invest in this machinery. Not yet, because there are other machinery. Well, I will do it before I plant stuff. So this is good. It gives you all this information you need on how much it costs. And this one also tells me the yield, roughly, per, what is it, per harvest, which is not bad, I guess. Don't know about these numbers, though. Show total values. So it's a good thing to, sort of keep tracks on if you make a profit or loss on a field. It's very nice. It's the way it works here with these areas is the same as when you buy a plot of land in one of the official maps in Farming Sim. Some plots of lands have more than one field, so it sort of combine all the information. I wish it was per field, because that is the information you want to know. Precision farming itself is an interesting concept. I never really tried it in FS19, so I don't really know too much about it. But I know that there is an environmental score that you can aim for, which is the total score you want to go for is 100. And as you zoom in here, or I zoom in here, this, again, it's combining these two to this number here. And it's based on the, not sure how to get, there we go. So the nitrogen is giving me 10 points. pH value, weed control, soil sampling, tillage. I'm at 53, so I'm slightly above average because of the weed control that I did. Basically, I weeded the entire thing. Now, there are certain ways to get different points. Like doing a soil sampling on your field gives you 15 points right off the bat. And then you can get 30 points if you match the nitrogen levels. And it's not as difficult as it sounds, because you can automate the process. And then you get 15 points for pH values, a max of that. And then if you reduce the tillage, basically try not to plow or anything like that, just direct seeding. That will give you the most points, 10 points, and then 0 if you do the plowing. And max 30 points for weed control, where no weed controls give you 10 points. At the minimum, you get 10 points no matter what you do or don't do. Spot spraying is the best option. There is a John Deere spot sprayer, because it's the precision farming is sort of that John Deere started with the European Union and other organizations as such. But I have not done any soil sampling, so my map looks like this. But otherwise, these stuff here will sort of like show up in concentration form of various colors around these fields you've done the soil sampling at. And some, depending on what it is you're planting, some of the soil is better than that, better for certain type of crops. And here the pH value, you aim to be somewhere in the middle here. It will tell you once you've done the soil sampling what it is that you need to aim for to get the perfect balance of pH value and the nitrogen value as well. And then the yields, again, it's you can look down here. My yields are very low, but if you get an environmental score of like 100, then your yield can be very high. And the yield is a price increase in the sale, not the crop output, if I understand it correctly. So if I get 100,000 liters here at 50% yield, and I get 100,000 liters at 125% yield, it's the difference in price between those two price points. And I think I saw on a piece of map, let's see, this one, no data found because the expected yield is 64 because I haven't done anything to this since I installed the update. But if we move down here to the grass, I think I saw something along the lines of plus 1%. I don't know if it was based on the looking at the field. No data found. Or if it was some other type of information that I had. I saw it on one of these anyway. It doesn't matter. This one has a very low environmental score because the nitrogen values are low. I need to get this up. Not quite sure how to do that on a grass field. I will do some soil sampling on this later on to figure it out. But as of now, your environmental score decreases your sell price by 1%. So that's not good. So if you click on this one, ink decreases again because the environmental score is my total score for all the fields I own. So if you're doing this, maybe start with one field and then move on from there. Let me just check on my tractors. Oh, there we go. There we go. What else? Let's not step over there. So when I installed the update 1.4 with precision farming, some of the scripts used or that I use from the mods broke or didn't break, but it wasn't compatible, so I couldn't really load in the game, so I had to sort of disable the mods and then activate them a few at a time to see which ones that allowed me to play and which one didn't. And I made a mistake while I was doing that. What I did was that once I discovered that some mods worked, I saved my game. So it sort of locked in those mods as selected. And by doing so, I lost my house because I didn't have the mod with that house was in. It's okay. It's just a sleeping point, but I can sleep anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. I could add that in. What I should have done, was I should have made a copy of my save file and then fiddle about with a copy until I got all the mods needed that I'm using, that is working, and then just activate those mods on my main save. That way I would not have lost anything, like the house. I think I lost a weight as well. I had a heavy 1,500 ton or 1,500 kilo weight that I purchased to use to help me out with tree loading, or maybe it's over there by the grass fields. I don't know. So one thing I noticed when I was harvesting those fields over there of soybeans is, I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna arrange it so there, right? Okay. I cannot do this now, but if you look in the upper right corner, or we can just go in, it's the information about the silo, how much is in there, and you see it says like 61% or 67%. That is not good. it's the level of stuff that I have in there. It's filling it up 61%. So I need to buy more silos or bigger silos. I want to try and keep it as real as possible, so I don't want to go for like, even though I have it here, I don't want to buy this one for 5,000. That gives me 5,000 liters of silage storage space. I want to try and keep it sort of more in line with what kind of makes sense. That one is also kind of like overpowered, I think. Like, for sure, totally. Also overpowered. Maybe just get some of the vanilla stuff. I do like the Meridian stuff, but you need extra purchases to be able to load it and unload it, or at least load it. So I might just go for something like this, the Unia stuff. This one will keep me going for a bit. Just don't have the money for it. Or if I find some other type of storage that works, that isn't too overpowered. Shouldn't be. I don't want to like dot the landscape with a bunch of silos or anything of that nature. That's the one I have at the moment, AGT 200K. But yeah, you get the idea. Like I said, I don't want to dot the landscape with those. But however, I'm going to be selling the soybeans in June at 12.05 is the highest price. And with 70,000 ish liters, I will get about $70,000 euros, which is not bad. So I need more equipment. One thing I really feel like I need, I've been saying I want to buy this one, a new one of that, but considering the amount of grass that is being moved, or silage that is being moved at this slow pace, why did you go back there? Oh wait, you didn't, sorry. That's where you started. I believe that I am better off purchasing a bigger thingy here. Let's look at what's on sales. Doesn't really need anything. I mean, I could use a new tractor as well. So I could do some soil sampling when everything else is being busy. But there isn't one for sale that I want. There isn't anything here that I want at the moment. This one can hold a lot. Price is also a lot. And I don't really need another forage wagon. Yes, it takes a few trips to drop off the forage, the grass into the silage silage silo when I cut the grass, but with the two tractors I have now, it doesn't really cost that much time. I just trail the first one. And the trailer itself is more useful because it can has more stuff. Wow, language is awesome. So I'm looking for something here that is big enough and strong enough to carry a bunch of stuff. Like this one would be nice. I can now afford this one if I want. And if 33,000 is not a bad price, how much is it if you get the... Oh, it is with the extension on it? No, it's 38.5. Standard wheelbase. Yeah. But the problem is that my current combine is not... I don't think it's tall enough to do this. However, I can always dump this at my garage and remove the extra and just hold 22,000. So it's maybe not the best option to get that one. Don't know. I have to look into which one is better. Anyway, back to the... let's go back to the... So where do you get the soil sample tool and all that? It's over here in MESC. I have a bunch of mods installed, so I have to scroll a bit to find it. Not that one. Here, the Isaria soil sampler Scout, 17,000, and it's sort of an arm gets out here, it digs down, drop the soil in here, and then you send it off to the lab. So that's nice. And then you have this one, which is more of a crop sensor. Once the crop is planted and grown a bit, you drive over it and you test it out. You see how the soil are doing, how the crop is doing, and you get information based on information based on information based on information. You get information based on what you've been doing so far and what you can do to improve your yield. Not sure where. I think that if we go to John Deere, we can find that one. This spot weeder. Is it this one? Precision Farming DLC. Yeah, that's the one. So getting this one doesn't require that heavy of a tractor. I think I can get it done with the tractor that I have. So this one just basically targets the weed, which gives you the 30 points on your environmental score, and that's a big score. You want the highest scores possible to get the most out of your crop that you sell. And I guess I can pull this with any tractor that I have, or maybe at least a bigger tractor. Doesn't say anything, not information that I can understand anyway. So that's good. However, another thing that I realized is the weed control. A cheaper option would be, for 20 points, is you get a weeder. This one. Anything here. And just drive across. It gives you 20 points. But it's a one-off cost. You don't have to buy any weed, or what do you call it, herbicide, or anything like that. You just drive across with this stuff, and it will sort everything out for you. 6 meter. My fields aren't big enough, so I don't need a huge stuff here. So I can get one of these for 20 points. How big was how wide is this one? Where did it go? This one is 28 meter wide, so it basically covers the 2 passes on the field to get that sorted. One other thing I need, at least one of, is a direct seeder. Something that, like this one maybe, because that will give me 10 points. 5 points for shallow tillage and 0 points for plowing. But this is an expensive one. The cheapest one I can get is it 109, or is there a modded version that I can get? Those are more expensive. That one would work. 18,000, only 3 meter width. So there are a few options available here. I don't need something with the fertilizer because, again, fertilizing is kind of having a negative effect, or you should do it after to get the pH values and everything like that sorted out. This is a Saria, the same brand that is doing the other stuff. So this one I could get. It's 6 meters wide, can hold 2,800 liters of seed, and it's also the seed level that is used is also dependent on the soil type. Sometimes you need more soil, sometimes you need less soil. Is there there is, I don't know if you can check on, if I click on this one. Yeah, I get everything that's in there. That's good. Let's look at the Precision Farming DLC. And we see, where is it? Precision Farming. So I guess I would need to buy this one to do the spot fertilizing kind of thing. So these 4 tools here. That's not bad. Lots of stuff to think about. I'm excited to give this a shot. I don't know how well I will do, but money's coming in. We have about 480,000 liters left in the silo to get rid of. We got rid of 760, or no, we had 760 when we started. So what equipment should I buy now? Like I said, I want a bigger trailer. I can afford it, but I also want to do the soil sampling. I can buy the soil sampler now, but is that a good option? Or should probably start with a trailer, shouldn't I? So let's look at a trailer so I can replace at least one of those 2 that is moving about. Let's go and check the modded versions. But first and foremost, let's see. Our large tractor is 240 horsepower, 135. Okay. So I want something with this type of wheel setup because this is difficult to reverse with. But I want something that is worth getting in terms of storage space that it can hold. Or that one, it's more of a silage wagon actually. Sort of, I don't know. That one would be nice, but the price is a little bit too high for me. More than I'm willing to spend at this point. They look too big. 40,000 cubic meters. Again, it's not the right type of stuff. This one, 35 to 55. It's extended to 55,004 or 5,500. So 38.5. Yeah, let's get it. It's within the realm of possibilities. Okay. And then we take over this one. For now, just park you there. Pick this up. Let's hope you can carry a lot to speed up the process of selling. Go. This is going to be interesting. Because once I sold all the silage, I mean, I guess I can have this tractor do it if it can pull this one and I can load a lot. Then I can have this tractor do that and I get the other one to start doing soil sampling. So let's get the soil sampler because I know I want to buy it. I want to use it. Designs. That one. Any 3-point hitch it works on. So there we go. Purchased it. Let's see, how much can you load up? You can hold a bunch, right? Where's trailers? You can hold 55,000 cubic. But silage is more heavy. So how much can you actually hold? I like the number so far. I just hope my tractor is strong enough to pull it. Looks like you might be able to hold in all 55. Nice. I will switch tractors. and I will let you do all the work. Thank you. Just park this here for now. Just making sure the other one makes it up. Looks like you can make it. Excellent work. Now, it's already been 30 minutes and I haven't really done much than talking about precision farming without actually showing any precision farming stuff. So let's sort that out, shall we? First and foremost, yeah, I do that back at the farm. Oh, don't need to. Don't need this one here. Let's open up this one. So how do you do it? Just press B. Okay. So let's take a soil sample at the grass field. Give us a little bit of information. Anything I need to do? Unfold the sampling unit. And you now saw on the minimap that it's zoomed in. It sort of shows you the area where the soil sample will be taken from. And then lower it down. Took one sample there. And now the area did change the color in the background. So just do another one. Still don't have the information needed on exactly what type of soil it is, because right now it just shows soil sample taken. This is the information we need. So let's do a few more. This is interesting. Just to get a little bit more data out of it. Can zoom in a bit. Kind of fill up the little box down there, or whatever it's called, the sample tray. And it says here 4 samples taken. So let's do 5 samples here, like so. And then we just send it off for analysis. The soil sample is now sent to the laboratory. You will receive the result of the soil types map soon. There, done. So as we wait, you can just keep doing this. There we go, soil samples. 750, so 5 samples is 750, so 125 each. Interesting. This is silty clay. Oh man. And a little bit of loam down here, but a lot of silty clay. No idea what that means in terms of graft stuff, growing stuff. pH value is bad. I need to bring it up. Nitrogen level is just bad. I need to bring it up as well. So, yeah. And the pH value you bring up, we can go back and look here now that we have this information. The pH value, it's supposed to be somewhere around here, I think it read. It's about 7. It's not too bad in the center here, but it gets worse here in the north part and the south part. And there. Nitrogen value, it's based on the... It's really bad. This one I really need to throw in some fertilizer. So I need a manure spreader. So that's another piece of equipment I need to get some data or useful information out of here. And the yield, it's slightly better over here now, even though it hasn't really been much different. But it's still bad. I want to get it closer to the green area. But for me to get that, from what I understand, I have to work on the pH and the nitrogen values. That's what I have to do. I managed to sell a bunch of stuff over there. Good. So this is what I will be doing to figure out this new fun and exciting little tool DLC stuff. And also, like I said, I will combine the fields back here. So this is one field and then this is one field here. And I will work around the constraints or the confines of the rocks and stones that is on the map. To make my fields around the stones and such. My other option is to buy the field area just north of the shops and use the chainsaw on one of the plaques to remove all stones on the map. But I said in the beginning I will not do that, so I will not do that. Where's my other tractor? Oh. Right. I will have to sort out this path. So we do this. We can sort that out now by just driving onto some other stuff that is scattered around here. I can show you quickly how I make this work. Record. Then we turn off recording, click on this one, move it here, twist it a little bit, press, and there you go. Now you should be able to make the turn better. Let's just check that out first, and then if that works, we continue with our work, and I will see you in the next episode where I would have changed up the fields, cut down a bunch of trees before I know if they actually grow or not. This is like the year 2, or it's been like 18 months in game, and you can still see some small trees that I believe has been there from the beginning. So I'm still not certain if the trees on the map when you start the map grows or they are static. So it's interesting. Can you make this turn? Should be able to. Just do some decoration on the ground to show this off properly. But this one will make the trips much quicker. I expect that in future years, when I'm cutting the grass on these 2 fields, I will be somewhere around 500,000 liters. But then again, if I can get the soil values up, the pH and the nitrogen levels up, then the yield would increase. Right now the yields are very bad. Just tag along on this ride, see if we can make the turn back there, and then maybe move on from there. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any experience with precision farming in 2019 or even in 2022 already. And struggling a bit. Might need to put a front weight on you. To keep the front down a bit. This is kind of a heavy load, and I am asking you to work quite a lot to get this sorted, but so far you seem to be doing well. I will get the weight on later. I'm just curious if you can make the path around after you sold this one. I'm also curious to see how much we get. It's still at 190, which is nice. And move this slightly further there, I think. There. 10,500 per trip. It's not bad. Better than 2,800. About almost 4 times as good. Okay, make me proud. Make the turn. Just need to make sure that there's nothing purchased placed there. And you should be just fine. Right? Yep. Excellent. Okay, so I continue with this. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment and let me know what you think about this DLC, if you have any experience with it. And next episode, I hopefully have a little bit more information about this. By then, I should have been able to improve the soil quality here for grass. And I've done the soil sampling on the other fields as well. Is that the last soil sampling I need on that one? Yep. So we send them off to the library. Yes. We should get the results back soon. As we head over here to start fresh with more soil sampling. There we go. Just quickly check it out. So, just silty clay all around. I guess it was a good idea to just put grass here. I have to check out what grass actually does, where it grows the best. But I'm happy with the result of the amount of grass that I get, so I think it's a good spot. But yeah, this is going to be exciting. See exactly how precision farming will affect the way I farm. Trying to aim as good scores as possible, but we never know what happens. Anyway, that's me rambling enough. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe, and I hope I see you in the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.